Oh, appears I'm live. I'm not sure who's going to be catching this. I don't know. The algorithms are kind of crappy out here. You have to forgive the appearance of my bed here. Uh, you see the red robe back there. What the hell is this back there? Oh, stuff on my thumbnails. And now I come down with writer's block. Okay. Today, I was looking through something very interesting on YouTube. And for some weird reason, what popped up was the old Super Friends cartoon. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're pretty damn good. The old Super Friends cartoons. Oh man. It starts out with the original stuff. It had the basics. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Coincidentally, I understand that it wasn't supposed to be um, Superman. It was supposed to be Captain Marvel, Shazam. Well, what are you going to do about that? I guess there were some problems with licensing or something. As I partake in the something to drink, I really hope that. Oh, good grief! I really hope that my microphone is picking up. If you can't hear me, let me try it this way. Let's see. All right. Like I said, it's just one of those interesting things. But as I said, I was watching it, and by the time they get to the Legion of Doom part of the Super Friends cartoons, that's where it really gets kind of interesting, especially for that and a couple of uh, seasons afterwards. It gets really, really, really interesting. One of them being they gave us, instead of Black Lightning, Black Vulcan. He was actually more interesting than Black Lightning. Don't ask me why, it just is. I remember my mom would sit there with me when I'm watching the cartoons, and she was actually glad that there was a black superhero there. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't argue. You had Samurai, Apache Chief. Um, then eventually, in one of the later seasons, you get El Dorado. And you know what's really funny about that? Those characters had more depth than what they try to trot out today when they try to do identity politics. Those characters had far more depth. And it was animated series than what you could get in a printed page. This is sad in my book. This is totally, totally sad. I don't know how people missed it. It's just amazing that the people who do comics now seem to miss this. Uh, it really honestly pisses me off that they totally missed out on these early cartoons and then act as if they're the arbiters of creating something new. They're not. We all know this. And then there's other cartoons out there. There was the Young Sentinels. That's where it started out. This was back in the 70s. Some of you who might be watching this probably weren't born in the 70s. I was born late 60s, but if you could find some of these cartoons, they are really, really fantastic. But it was called the Young Sentinels, then later renamed the Space Sentinels. You had the one guy, he was Hercules. You had this Asian kid, he was Mercury, and you had this black woman named Astra. Again, very, 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 very good cartoon. Nobody complained about it. It was white guy, black woman, Asian dude. It was fun to watch. Still later, we wound up getting Super Stretch and Micro Woman, a black superhero team, a black superhero couple. Their names are pretty much self-explanatory. Super Stretch, Micro Woman. And again, it just amazes me that the people that do these books today have literally no history of what happened before. And to me, that's the real shame of it all. It's sad on so many levels. And I just wish that there's going to come a time when maybe, just maybe, some of these people will wake up and realize that you don't have to throw your ideology down people's throats to make your point. I just find it really, 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 really weird that you have stories in the X-Men where I stopped collecting X-Men. X-Men was a great allegory for being the odd kid out, especially during the 80s. I can tell you that right now. During the 80s, I'm pretty sure there was the kid who thought he or she was gay, the nerdy kid who felt out, maybe the kid who was handicapped. They felt on the outs. And those it was those stories in there that made those young people feel good, not just about themselves, but it gave them a bit of hope for what the future could be for them. But somehow or another, in the past 10, 15 years, things have gone so far downhill. Again, I don't even bother collecting X-Men. I remember that was the top thing that you had to get, especially during the 80s and even in the 90s. Now, yeah, I'll find that odd back issue and maybe go through it and stuff like that. But I read pretty much the great lot of them. And that's where we've come to, where we'd rather spend more money on the True Believer series or the stuff in the dollar bin because it was more entertaining. You know, comics got destroyed slowly. Will we ever spring back from it? Well, Comicsgate might be that thing that springs us back, you know? That's the only thing I can say. Comicsgate might be the only saving grace. I know that there are enough people in the movement in and of itself who are, I guess, at each other's throats. I'm not sure. I really don't care about the drama that Christopher the Hut has with Ethan Van Sciver. But I think they need to agree on one important thing. We know the comic industry is garbage these days. And instead of everybody going after each other's throats, just chill, put your stuff out there, and then we could throw you out in the field like in a whole Hunger Games and you could duke it out. Well, that's just one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. But like I said, back to diversity when it came to comics in those days and cartoons. Again, you didn't need it to be forced. It was just organic. And again, nobody argued about it. It was just great. And keep in mind, when most of these things came out, this is long before social media. Long before. I mean, I think in many ways we'd be better off without social media, but be that as it may, we have what it is. More things that I have to kind of bring up, I guess. One second. Orange juice with vodka. And the pulp is in my mustache. All right. So where was I? Like I said, our whole industry, the industry as a whole, it needs a massive overhaul. Now, if I could Thanos snap something, here's how I would do it. If I could Thanos snap, I would put everybody who's in charge at Marvel, especially in the editorial department, I Thanos snap them back to wherever they came from. We know that Santa Amanat came from a nice, well-to-do family. I Thanos snap her back to her home wherever and tell her to do something like be a dilettante or something like that. Just don't get in the comics. Thanos snap, you're Mark Waid, but I get rid of him too. I would get rid of all these people that have turned Marvel Comics into a lifestyle brand. They got to go. Now, who would I replace them with? Believe it or not, the first guy that would come to mind, dare I say, would be your boy Zach, Richard Myers. I'm sorry. To me, he's got the potential of being Jim Shooter 2.0, okay? Or 1.5. No, 2.0. Well, yeah, him. I'd make sure he's there for like forever and a day. I would probably get just some guy to do X-Men or edit X-Men, write X-Men, something. He knows what he's talking about. I know the man knows what he's talking about. And the Pierre de Resistance, I would get one guy to do Daredevil, to write Daredevil. I would just simply go to this one guy, I would go to Razor Fist. I'd say, Mr. Fist, one word, Daredevil. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have to pimp out Terran for this entire thing. But I know he would jump at it if I said, hey, you want to do Daredevil? You got Daredevil. And Lord knows he could do much better than what I've been seeing over the years. So to bring it, and there would be numerous others. Ethan Van Sciver, I bring him in. I say, you know what, Ethan, here's part of your contract. You get to do 2 books during a year. That's it. I mean, like 1 issue per book. You got Avengers. You get to do that 1 issue of Avengers. Then you get to do that 1 issue of Spider-Man. That's it. That's all you get. Actually, just some guy. I'm pretty sure I put him on Spider-Man. Yeah, he needs to be on Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure he'd get rid of the one more day BS fiasco. I'm sorry, the way they did all this stuff is just so nightmarishly confusing. You just need to give up. I mean, when you look at comics again, the medium is just so weird. I need to finish reading this because I plan on doing a review, and I'd hope to get a interview with Miss Jimenez about her book Sacred. I'm kind of a little fascinated with American manga these days, or non-Japanese mangaka. It's just kind of interesting because you just want a little bit of insight. Sometimes you might have to ask that question that says, "So how? Why? What's it that thing that happened on a Friday night that made you go, hey, I want to do this?" Since nobody seems to want to, well, actually, I really don't care about anybody chatting. I just wanted to get this out there. I figure I got the time, Sunday night. It's really funny outside. It's like 50 degrees or I think lower. But in this house, it's like really, really abnormally warm. Like, I don't know. I got the air conditioner on someplace, but let's get away from that. I'm trying to, like I said, diversity. In one of my previous videos, I described Camelot 3000 on my other channel. But like I said, it's not being done right. And here's another thing. The strange fetishization with gay characters or turning characters gay. Okay, I get it. You introduce a gay character. Fine. Work on said gay character. But what they do is they have this character, then the character is forgotten about. So then somebody with the planetary-sized brain idea of, well, let's turn Iceman gay. Okay, I don't understand why. So he gets outed in a really weird fashion, and the character's turned into a character, an uncaring character who's more or less worried about his next date than a friend dying. Then I think they wanted to take one of the kids from Power Pack, turn her gay. Then they want to do something with X2 or the other one, Badger, Honey Badger, or whatever her name is. Make her gay. And if you've noticed something, they're all quickly forgotten. They're just erased. Nobody writes about them anymore. Nobody creates a story around them. America Chavez, for a character that had potential, all we got was garbage from somebody that basically had a revenge fantasy. Like I said, it's pretty much that. Hold on, let me see something here. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm just checking something out here, boys and girls. Okay, that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. All right. Sorry about that. I was trying to figure something out. But I think you all know what I'm talking about. They want to turn all these characters, change their genders, almost to a fetishization. Now, Kitty Pryde, somehow or another, is bisexual. Again, erasing all canon about the character. Every last bit of canon is gone. For the sake of what? Appealing to people to the tiniest of individuals who might read the book? To hell with the general audience. It's like the movie rating system. The G-rated is general audience. The X-rated is designed for a specific type of people. People who want to see the X. PG, G, and R have a bit of a decent appeal. Most people like to see the G, and I don't think they even use G anymore, much less PG. But anyways, you get the picture. You've got that range, whilst the X rating is something else. Again, I'm not trying to disparage people who are gay or anything like that. That's not my thing. What I'm trying to say is that Marvel and even DC, and especially if you watch some of these shows on the WB, they have this weird thing of fetishizing sexuality. It's not like it's never organic. These relationships. It's like walk out the door, and Supergirl's adopted sister can find a woman just like that. Guys can't even find a woman just like that. Dudes can't even find dudes just like that. It's not that easy. I'm pretty sure it's not that easy. I'm pretty sure it's the same for most straight men. They can't just go out there and, there we go. It doesn't work that way. I mean, maybe for some, but for some weird reason, they do it on a far more common thing here. I suppose I better start putting this stuff out before I go live. Make sure people know what I'm doing here. Well, nonetheless. Okay, if anybody's watching, according to this, somebody's watching. Or it might be just my thing saying that I'm here, and I don't know. Any questions? Okay, cool. All right, like I said, I just thought I'd put my 2 cents out there about what I see, what I feel. So, rate this video, like this video, share this video if you like. Until then, I'm Filter, and maybe I'll do a stream with somebody if they ask me, but doubt it. But hey, what are you going to do? I'll probably put out a video. Again, I'm going to try and talk about this manga Sacred as soon as I'm done reading it. I've been a little tied up, so it's hard to keep track of a good amount of stuff in my otherwise weird existence. So either way, I'm Filter. I'm out.